Next one. Feeling as though my life has meaning makes me want to keep myself alive longer. Who's to say it's not just evolution that makes us feel like life has meaning?
Yeah, interesting question. So could that kind of desire for meaning be a part of our human survival instincts and therefore, in a sense, a byproduct, you might say, of the evolutionary process? And I guess to an extent, you might say that that could be explained, couldn't it? Although there'd be some interesting questions maybe I'd want to ask about that. Just read a fascinating book just a week ago, actually, by a guy called Atul Gawande, called Being Mortal. And one of the things actually he says is that the problem, particularly we've often faced in medicine, is that we feel that the purpose of life is just staying alive for as long as possible. And actually one of the questions that people have had to face up to in things like palliative care is actually maybe length of life alone is not the most important thing. Maybe we need to ask the question, what is life about? What is the purpose of life, not just living as long as possible? That's an interesting question, maybe that we would have to ask. And then also, sometimes we would admire people who do things that actually, in a sense, go right against their own ability to survive. Think about self-sacrifice that we admire in others, or the self-sacrifice of those who gave their lives for us. In a sense, like, that didn't keep them alive longer. But we might say, but we admire that. So where does that come from? So to an extent, we might say, well, that explains some things, but I don't think it helps us understand the full gamut of what we talk about as meaning and significance.